Hey, I'm on a 40-acre tract in Ouachita Parish, Louisiana. It's about 20-25 minutes south of the interstate in West Monroe. It's off of Highway 557. It's just 40-acre little hunting tract. It's got pine plantation on the ridges. There's 3 ridges that run through this tract like 3 fingers, and on those ridges and the slopes are planted pine, and it's the pine's already been thinned one time. Probably about a year ago. It's 15-16 years old, and then down off those ridges in the bottom are some larger pines and some pretty hardwoods as well. There's a little creek that kind of cuts through the very north and west corner, and in that little creek bottom is some pretty good hardwood. So anyway, it's got great access. You can see the road behind me there. It's a rock road that comes in here off the highway. It is surrounded by nothing but timberland, old timber company, and it's, I think, on 1, 2, 3 sides is timber company, and then on the south side, I think, is the school board section, which is all timber. So thousands of acres of timberland that surround it to give you good backup for the deer and some hogs too. I've seen some hog tracks in here as well. So anyway, it's just a neat little hunting track. I'll give you a few little video spots of it as I walk through it and tell you a little bit more about it. It can be bought pretty reasonable. I think the asking price is $75 and change right now, and like I said, it can be bought pretty reasonable. I actually own this tract. I have it listed with RecLand, but I own it as well. So anyway, just my job to let you know that. Doesn't change anything about the property, but you'd be dealing with me personally on 2 different levels, as the broker for RecLand and as the owner of the tract. But I'll make you a deal, so if you're interested in it, come on. You're not going to have any mineral rights with it. The minerals were reserved by the previous owner, the timber company. I think it's probably in the 3rd year of a 10-year prescription period, and I'll explain what that means if you don't know what that means. But anyway, I'll give you a little look at it, and it's just a neat little tract. If you got you and your son, a couple kids, just make a little hunting track out of it. There's plenty of places to put deer stands. The club that leases a lot of the timberland around it is a well-established hunting club, been around a long time. Pretty good people. The people that I've talked to actually talked to the president. So you'd have some pretty good neighbors and be able to come out here and kill a deer after work or before work or after school or something. Because like I said, it's only about 20 minutes from West Monroe. So anyway, let's take a look at it. Here's a good little peek at the pine on the ridges here. Like I say, it's pretty fair stock of plantation. Like I say, it's already been thinned, so you're going to see the thinning in the rows, and I'll get some video of the bottom as we get down there in just a minute, just to give you an idea of kind of what that looks like. Track's got a little bit of character to it. It's not all just a pine plantation. It's got some different looks on these as you get off these ridges down in the little bottom. Hey, I'm down here in one of the little bottoms between the 3 ridges. It's like, say, 3 fingers of ridges, and there's a pretty sharp bottom between each one. You can kind of see behind me there's some larger pines on that slope, and you can see that hill behind me. There's the terrain's pretty steep between these ridges. For Ouachita Parish, when you get down here, the south end of the parish, and start getting into the edge of Caldwell Parish, you get some of this steeper terrain. It's not all just flat land like some of us are used to a little bit east of Ouachita Parish. But anyway, there's a kind of a good visual of that slope behind me. But anyway, these bottoms, these little small bottoms between these ridges are real pretty. You're going to have some small oaks in here. There's a lot of beech, and of course, some of the pine that has survived, this wetter ground down here is pretty good size. And on that slope that where it wasn't thinned the first time. You're going to see, if you ever look at this tract, that the property is very well marked. It's got yellow boundary lines all the way around it. I can take you and show you all 4 corners in the ground, and then the boundary line. So it's a nice secluded tract. It's about a mile off of the highway. The hunting club has a gate there at the road, so people can't drive in and out of here unless they belong. The property to the north of this tract is private, and it is it's just thick as hair on a dog's back. So the habitat is really good for deer. There's deer tracks everywhere. Again, well marked. I've told you about the hunting club. I've told you about all the surrounding habitat, and it's just a nice track if you're looking for a place close by to town. Make a you know, some kind of quick evening hunts, or come take a look at it. I'm gonna try to climb back up this hill now and head back to the truck. Ooh, I'm a little out of breath climbing back up this ridge, heading toward a trail to get to the truck. I bought this track as just to have another place not too far from town to bow hunt. I just bow hunt, my wife and I, and we've got 2 or 3 places that we bow hunt already, leases that we're in, plus we ended up with some land in Missouri that's just world-class, phenomenal. So short story, I've never even hunted this place, so that's why we have it on the market. Anyway, take a look. It's on the website, RecLand.net, and you'll find it as Ouachita Parish, 40 acres, off of Highway 557. That's how you'll know it's this track. Give us a shout and we'll show it to you. Bye.